All right. So, good evening, everyone. Once again, and welcome back. I, Dr. Puneet Pathak, on behalf of Hiraval Education Trust's College of Science, Maharashtra, and Nucleus of Learning and Development, welcome all of you to this 1 week long online faculty development program titled Harnessing AI Tools, a Step Towards Strategic Teaching Approach. Before moving any further with the session, I would like to invite Principal Sir Sudesh Kadam Sir for the welcome address. Sir, requesting you to please give the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this National Faculty Development Program on harnessing AI tools, a step towards strategic teaching approach. On the behalf of Hirwal Education Trust, College of Science, Computer Science and Information Technology, Mahadragarh in Maharashtra, I extend a warm welcome to our esteemed patron, Honorable Kishore Dharia, Chairman Hiroli Education Trust, Honorable Sonali Dharia, Director Hiroli Education Trust, our Chief Advisory Dr. Sandhya Kulkarni ma'am, our distinguished today's resource person Dr. Puneet Pathak sir, Assistant Professor at Aero University, Gujarat, and all the respected participants joining us from across the nation. Dear all, this FDP marks a significant step in our continuous efforts to integrate innovation, technology, and pedagogy. In today's fast evolving academic landscape, AI is not merely a technological advancement, it is a transformative tool redefining how educators design learning experiences, assess performance, and engage students. As educators, it is our responsibility to remain lifelong learners and to adapt to these emerging tools that can enrich our teaching methodologies. The objective of this FDP is to equip educators with practical knowledge of AI tools that can simplify lesson planning, enhance assessment techniques, and personalize the learning journey for the student. Over the coming 6 days, participants will gain hands-on exposure to variety of AI applications that can revolutionize classrooms experiences. I take this opportunity to appreciate our IQSC coordinator, Assistant Professor Jyoti Pujari, and co-coordinator, Assistant Professor Masuda Antule, for their commendable efforts in organizing this academic initiative. My heartfelt thanks also goes to the Nucleus of Learning and Development for their collaboration and valuable support. I am confident that this FDP will inspire all participants to explore innovative teaching strategies and make learning more interactive, inclusive, and impactful. Once again, I welcome you all to this enriching journey of knowledge and exploration. Let us together take a step towards strategic AI-enabled teaching for the future. Thank you and best wishes for a successful program. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sudesh sir, for that warm welcome. I also take this opportunity to welcome all of you once again very quickly to this forum. And over the next 1 week, as Sir has very correctly mentioned, we are going to be diving deeper into the various aspects of the teaching learning process, right from planning to resource creation, assessments, rubrics formation, and various other varieties of elements which are a part of the whole teaching learning paradigm, and how the usage of AI tools can be done constructively, both from the learner's point of view and from the teachers or the facilitator's point of view as well. Before we begin with today's discussion, just a small update. The link for all the days of the Google Meet will be same. It will not change. So you can save this link and you can use it to join every day at the same time, which is from 8 to 9 p.m. So with that, let me share my screen and we will get started with the discussion for today. While my screen is being shared, just a small intro about myself. I am Dr. Puneet Pathak. I'll be your resource person for this FTP. I am presently working as an assistant professor of English at the School of Liberal Arts and Human Sciences at Auro University in Surat. So that's a little bit about me. We will talk more as we go ahead. And the way that the session will be divided is in this 1 hour, for about first 40 to 45 minutes, I'll do a hands-on demonstration of the tools that we're going to be covering every day, followed by some 15, 20, 10, 15 minutes of discussions, questions, and all the other inputs that we have. So I hope everybody can see my screen, and let's get started. And hopefully we have a fun and interactive week as we go ahead and dive deeper into these areas. And just a small request, while my screen is being shared, I will not be able to come back to the Google Meet screen again and again. So in case you have any questions, you can simply put it in the chat box. I will take them up, all of them one by one towards the end, right? So let's go ahead. Now, one of the most key fundamental aspects of any teaching learning process begins with two very important steps. One is the planning of that topic, about how we want to teach it, what are the various resources, entry points, areas of interest, etc., and what are the various aspects and facets of that topic, and also how can we better represent that topic visually in terms of a presentation. So our tools for today that we are going to be looking at are going to cover these two major touch points. We're going to start with the presentation side of things and then slowly transition towards planning as we go ahead. So our first tool for today is a platform which can help us create visually looking appealing elements which are useful whenever we want to represent detailed or complex topics in a simplistic manner, and when we want them to be a part of our presentations, which not only make our presentations look visually good, but also it makes the part of the presenter, that is us, easier to connect with the audience by ensuring that the presentation is, while at the same time minimalistic, but also detailed and covers all the points of the topic that we are introducing. And the first platform that we are going to be looking at is this one right here. It's called as napkin.ai. What I will also be doing is I'll be posting the link of each of the tools in the chat box simultaneously. So in case anybody wishes to try it out along with me, they can do so, and maybe that becomes useful. So the first one is called napkin.ai, and this is the homepage of Napkin. What we do is we first need to sign up or sign in into the platform. If we go slightly down below, we can see that it's sort of utilized or useful for creation of various infographics and visuals, and it also integrates quite well with multiple platforms that we have, which we'll come back to in a moment. And the process to access it is very simple. We can go to the sign in button right here, and from there, it will bring us to this home screen where we have multiple options by the means of which we can sign up. We can directly create an account from here. If I go to the sign up button, we can enter some basic info and the account will be created. Or else we can also directly sign in with our Google account by clicking on this button, and we can utilize whichever Google account we want to access the platform also. And once we have logged in and once we are inside the platform, this is what the primary home screen looks like. This is the screen that you would receive when you are accessing the platform. It's two very important advantages of utilizing Napkin AI. The first one is its user interface. It's very minimal in nature. It's not that cluttered, which makes it very easy for first time users to access it and browse it very easily and freely. And secondly, currently I am using the free version of the platform, and the free version of the platform is very generous in terms of all the various options that it provides to us, as we will see as we go ahead. Now, before moving forward, and when we go towards the creation process of the visuals or the infographics that we are talking about, we can change a few things. So by clicking on style here, we can, even before getting started, with the creation of any presentation element that we want, we can customize our visuals to match any specific set of fonts, colors, or visual feel that we want in order for our presentation to look at. So we can select or deselect any out of these. Currently, all of them are already selected. Now, if I deselect any of these, what will happen is that this particular style will not show in the output. We'll see that in a minute. So by clicking on this ribbon right here, we can activate or deactivate them all. In case we want to import our own customized style, that particular feature is a part of the premium version, and we have to upgrade for that. We can also share our napkin page. This is useful once we have created this. We'll come back to it in a minute. And it also works on a similar permission level system like our Google Drive works. And we can add collaborators here. So we'll come back to that in some time. Plus, by clicking here, we can switch between the various themes, whichever one you prefer. Light one works better, and other options are available under account settings. Now, the primary window gives us a very simple search bar and which says that write a prompt to generate text content. Napkin works as a two-step procedure or as a two-step process. In the first step, what we have to do is we have to write the topic or topics and the set of keywords for which we would like to generate an infographic out of or a visual out of. So let's say, for example, that the topic on which I would like to generate my visual representational element, which I am trying to talk about in my classroom or introduce in my classroom, is, let's say, fundamentals of technical communication. Now, as I said, this works as a two-step process. What we do is we click on continue. In the first step, we can see that it says AI is writing, and it generates a set of text-based output on the basis of the prompt that we write, and it gives us this detailed text content for us to go through and go ahead from there. Now, this entire page that we see right here basically works as a page of a notebook or a word editing platform that we utilize, which is completely editable, where I can add my own content if I want to before I move towards the next step, which is generation of a visual element or an infographic. And we can see that the output is pretty detailed. It's also organized under various subheadings, starting from the fundamental topic of what the what part of the topic which I've asked for, followed by key characteristics, the types of documents that this particular topic has, the process of communication and visual communication, etc. Now, before creation of the infographic, of course, we would have to go through this content minutely and make any necessary changes that we want to in terms of the credibility and in terms of the correctness of the topic itself. Now, there are two ways by the means of which we can create a visual out of this text. We can do it section wise also, and we can do it for the whole document in one also. We'll look at both of them one by one. Let's say this is the first topic that I want to put in my presentation and for which I want a visual to be generated out of. All I have to do is click my mouse, select this entire text. And before going ahead, we notice that the moment when I select my set of text or content which I want to be visually converted into a visual representation, we can edit this content. There are some basic editing features that are available here, right from changing the font to adding some headings or subheadings, making bulleted lists, numbered lists, changing the alignment, adding some brackets or quotations, etc. And I can add separate comments also, right? So basically, it's an intuitive platform which works on the basis of the selection that we make. So if I go here, for example, I can insert a link inside this if I want to. Then this, as I said, allows us to change the alignment of the text, and then others we can sort of look at and explore. Now comes the main part, which is creation of the visual. How does that work? So what we do is we select a text or a section of the entire text, and this small button that we see right here, which is kind of like a lightning thunderbolt, we click on that, which says generate visuals. Now it will do two things. It will read through the content that we have generated, and on the basis of that, it will give us suggestions as to what kind of visuals we can put inside of this particular type of content. And the suggestions are pretty large in number, as we can see, and they are very well organized also, depending on what kind of output we prefer or what kind of style of output we prefer. We can select any one, and we can see that each time I change something, this button is appearing on the right corner here. For example, if I click on more, it will generate more output styles for me, and it says saved. So every time we make a small change, it is automatically saved inside the platform of Napkin itself, and it saves that in real time. Now, let's say I will select any one of these, something which is slightly more detailed. So, for example, supposingly we go with maybe this one right here. Now, once I select any one style, it gives me further sub styles to select from, which are alternatively changing in terms of the light and the dark theme and the various text types, which I can further select from, which are multicolored, which are so of single color, etc. Plus, I can customize each style also. I can specify the visual that I want. I can change its orientation from here. I can make the level detailed, and let's say I write something called as comparison table, or maybe let's say something more simplistic, which is vertical mind map. And orientation, we can keep it auto for now, and we say stay closer to my text, and we click on apply. Now it should be generating a set of new customized types of, there we go. It will generate an output for me on the basis of the exact criteria that I've asked for, which is the key aspects of technical communication. And what we notice, what is really useful is that the text content does not go away. Just a moment. I think I deleted it by mistake. Let me regenerate one. The text content does not go away anywhere. It remains a part of the draft itself. And we can always come back to the primary text that we have written, and we can generate multiple versions of the same text into multiple different visuals also. So this is what it looks like. And I can change it further in case I wish to do so. Supposingly this one. Since I selected detailed, it has given me a more detailed version of the same. Now, this is the first part, right? Okay, I keep on deleting it. I'm so sorry. I'll just generate one directly for the sake of demonstration purposes. But as we can see now, we can customize it as we like. Let me select this one. right? And once the visual has been inserted inside the draft, we notice that it's a part of this bordered segment. Now, from here on in, the visual can be edited individually by various elements. For example, let's say I wish to change the title here. All I need to do is move my cursor over here, select the section that I want to edit, and I can write any element which I want to. In the same manner, I can edit any of this that I want. Let's say I want to change the font color of this particular part. I can come over it. It will let me modify even the font from right here. I don't need to do it together for all of them simultaneously in case I just want to change any one of them. Let's say I go to this one supposedly. And if I go to font color, we can see that it changes the color automatically. In the free version of the platform, we get these colors out of which you have to select one. Plus, we can change the level of brightness as well, right? Now, once I come inside the box that is here, we note that a small edit menu appears here on the top. If I come to the first option right here, it allows me to change the aspect ratio of the image. We can go with whichever one we prefer and we can select accordingly. This second option is again a color option, but this time if I come over any particular color, it will add color to the background of the image or the visual instead of adding a color to the font or the text itself. And for each section of the color, we notice that there is a crown icon here in case we want to add custom colors. Again, that's a part of the premium feature. Then I can change the style again in case I feel midway that I'm not satisfied with this. I can simply go here, change the substyle from here and take a new one. And let's say once my image is ready, all I need to do is I can download it from here. I'll come back to it in a second. And from the top, we can change the image of the central symbol that we want to. In order to do that, we have to select the middle section of the box and we can change the brightness, the backgrounds, outline colors, etc. And if I click on open group, that I think lets me individually edit each of these elements by adding objects if I want. Let me close that. Now, suppose that my final visual is ready and I want to download this. So again, the process is the same. I click outside the image. There's a download icon which is available right here, which says export. I click on this and it will give me this dialog box, which will allow me to download the same image file into 4 different variations. The first would be a PNG file, which is the most often format that we download, which won't have any background so that we can directly import it in a presentation if we want to. If I click on download, it will give me this same file version. So this is it right here. And further editing is also possible. Let's say I go back to the download option again, and we can see that there is background on or off. Resolution can be made 1x, 2x, or 3x. Now, napkin logo will always be there inside the downloaded image file made with napkin. In case you want to remove this watermark, again, it's a premium feature. Color mode can be light or dark, as we can see what the demo looks like. We can download an SVG file also, which is a vector image. A PDF file can be downloaded. Let me download that. Plus, we can also directly download the image as a file as a part of the presentation in case you want to. But there is usually when we download a PDF version, sometimes this kind of a text error can occur, which typically doesn't happen with presentations. So if I go to PPT, if you can see that it says exporting with PPT, and this should be a PPT version of the same. So here we go. We should be getting the slide right away. Yeah, this is it. And we can edit this further if required. Also, there is one last segment in this visual where if we notice that when I select this or whether I deselect it, there is a toolbar which becomes available at the bottom of the image From starting from the right, the first option allows me to add my own images to this output if I want to, from in which I can upload the image from my device. I can drag and drop images, or else I can copy and paste images directly from anywhere in my device. This allows a user to sketch anything inside the image file, and whatever we sketch, on the basis of that, the platform will give us suggestions as to what kind of image do we want to enter. Let's say delete this once again. We'll do it once more. Suppose something like this. Okay, I don't think it took that. Yeah. So by doing some basic sketching, since I'm not very good with that, I am not able to get the exact result, but we have the solution for that also, which is in the next option. We can get some kind of rudimentary shapes from here. I'll delete this section again. And we have this third, which is a label part. Now, suppose I want to add further text into an already created image. I can simply select the label option, take the cursor anywhere I want to inside the image file, and simply type whatever I want to. And that automatically becomes a part of this image without any changes to the original version, which is the label option. And lastly, we have the Spark search feature, where anything I want in terms of a symbol, I can simply search here. And when I click on communication, for example, it has given me these small symbols, which I can insert in case I want to do that. Suppose I want to add the symbol of technology here. I can put it right next to this icon again, for example, go right next to my technical demo communication heading, where further it can be sparked, it can be made more detailed. We can have further variations if I want to change it. The search button remains active here, depending on my requirement. I can type further something very specific, and if it is available in its library, it will generate that. You can also change the color of this element also by repeating the same process. And now again, I can download this if I want to. So this is what this toolbar does here. And in this is a way by the means of which we can generate a visual out of the entire out of a section. Now suppose I delete this. We are back to the original version of the draft that we sort of got through our prompt. I select the entire selection, and again I click the Spark search button. This time it will repeat the process, but instead of giving me a visual out of the specific section, it will give me a visual out of the entire output. And we can notice that the suggestions have changed because the content has increased in size. The platform recognizes that, and on the basis of that, it is giving me a visual for my reference. Let's say I'll select this one. So this is, for example, a small mind map of the entire content that we have. I can again export this. Let's say a PPT this time. Download this again, and the process remains the same. Everything we have done in the previous illustration, we can do again in this part also. And we notice that the mind map is a part of the single slide, which I can sort of go zoom in into here. And we notice that it is available for our further editing. Now, suppose I want to download or share this page. So in the beginning of the demo, we had the share button right here. Now, suppose I say share. If I enter an email ID as a collaborator, which I want to bring to this particular page, I can change the permission from here. Can view, of course, as the name suggests, they can just view it if I want to share it with my students as a sort of a readout or introduction. Can comment, they can read and comment on it. Let's say if we want to give them as this as a part of the pre-classroom reading, where they can comment their views on this page, which we can view in real time, can edit the page and can edit and further share it with others also. So this would add only a specific collaborator. However, if I go to this part, where anyone with link is enabled, I can change it to only invited persons. And if I keep this default version enabled, we have the same features here also. So all I need is this link, which I can copy. I can paste it anywhere I want. Suppose, let's say I come here, the page itself. This link would automatically bring the viewer to this page that we are currently creating. Also, I can download or export this document. Again, three versions this time. PPT for the entire is a part of the premium version. I can download it as a PDF, however. And in PDF also, we get multiple options. A single continuous page, A4 standard, US letters, or presentation in 16:9 ratio. We'll go with A4 standard and let's go to download. Let's see what happens. We should be, if everything goes well, we should get a downloaded version. This is what is happening currently with the PDF version. It's not able to recognize its own text. So let's try once more. This time we'll go with a single continuous page. Hopefully that works. Sometimes it has this error, but typically it works well. Again, this is something I think that they must be working on to rectify this. But it uses a PDF version of the entire document.
Sir,
And
one question.
yes, ma'am.
Sir, if I have taken some screenshot of some books and certain pages are there in the gallery, and
Mm-hmm.
after opening this page, this napkin.com, I have searched it in the Google, and when
Mm-hmm.
open it, it shows whatever you have shown.
Uh-huh.
Now,
Okay.
can I download or upload all those pages over here and ask
Yes.
anything? Like
No, not
if I want a question paper on based on certain 4 pages of screenshot which I have uploaded, do will I get it?
no. This particular platform is meant for just generating visuals. The functionality that you are talking about, that is a part of the generating resources application, which we are going to be coming to as we go ahead, where we can not just upload specific pages, but entire texts and generate questions, question banks, quizzes out of all of those.
Okay.
We're going to be coming to those as we
If
go ahead.
if certain research paper is there, a PDF
Of
file,
course, of
uh,
course, of
I
course.
will upload it over here and ask for a summary.
Correct.
So can I get it?
Not in this platform, as I'm saying, but the tools which I'll be showing for going forward, that will
Okay.
let us do that. And not just a research paper. Let's say if you have an entire dissertation,
Hmm.
a big thesis of, let's say, a dissertation of 200 pages, you can
Okay.
upload that also, and even that will let you generate questions out of it. But those tools we are going to be seeing in the next few days as we go ahead,
Okay. Thank you.
right?
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
this is meant just for visual creation.
Okay, sir.
All right. So this is the first platform. This is napkin.ai, and it's there's another feature here, which is the library part, which has a list of all the pages that we create when we use it. We can delete this if we want to, and we can duplicate a napkin if we want to create multiple versions of it, or we can download a PDF from here also. Let me try this if this works. I don't think it will. Let's see if the presentation part is working, because so far it has shown an error, and it's not working. It used to work pretty well. Hopefully there's some error, they will rectify that. Okay, so this is the first tool for today. It's called Napkin, and we are transitioning from this platform to our next platform for today. So while this platform allows us to create visuals which are useful for our presentation, we have other AI enabled tools which are useful for creation of presentations also, right? Now, in this category, we have a whole lot of multiple platforms, right from something as simple as Microsoft PowerPoint, which now has AI enabled functionality inside of it, under the designer tab, which will give intuitive suggestions about design ideas. It will not work with this one. Let me just go and see if I have a presentation with me. If that is available, we can take a look at it. I don't think this one will work. So if I have a detailed text-based presentation like this, if I go to designer, it will give me design ideas on the basis of what the template of my presentation should be like. So traditional conventional AI generated presentation platforms like PowerPoint and Canva have already started integrating AI inside of it. But there's another category of tools where we have tools which are online, which are utilized directly for creation of presentations. And I'm sure many of us are aware of this one, which sort of started all of these ideas, which is gamma.ai. One second. This is the one that's most popular right now that we use for creation of presentations. We're not going to be looking at this because this is already well known. Now, presentation platforms are moving beyond this. And my next platform is designed to show the next step which would come in what the future of presentations might look like and how they can supplement the explanation process of a topic or an idea that we're trying to explain in a classroom. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a minute. I'm going to share a tab instead because there's something that will come parallelly along with the presentation. Just give me a minute. So my tab will be reshared, and we should be seeing a platform on our screen right now, which is called as,
Hello, sir. Excuse me.
yeah.
Sir, like we are using napkin tool for
Mhm.
the visualization purpose. So are we getting the summary of the visuals as well?
Yes, the first step, in fact, is the summary only. The text that you get, you can download
Okay.
that also. Yeah, you can
So,
do that.
sir, I just want to know if we check with the plagiarism tool, does it shows the use of AI tool when we apply such tools for our visuals in a research paper or not?
Yes, absolutely. Because the very reason why I've selected this tool under the teaching tab is that they cannot be directly used for research, which is, I think, another question somebody has raised in the chat box also. The
Okay.
ethical policy around creation of images is very clear on this. We cannot directly use any such images which are created by these platforms. For visually representing them in the teaching learning process, it is fine. Because anyways, there's a watermark there, which shows that we have utilized this platform for creating it. Right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So
Sir, but
moving forward,
earlier there was no watermarking. Now they have given the watermarking in Meta and in napkin also. But if we are giving our content for only the visual creation, there may be only mentioning that generated visuals through the napkin AI will go, because that is
uh,
researchers work.
yeah, so ideally it's not recommended anyways, right? As I'm saying, to any such platform, giving original content will not be recommended, even with Napkin, because as long as one is using the free version of the platform, the watermark will remain, even if we generate content from there, or even if we give our own information to it, which we type on our own. As soon as the output is created, the watermark comes there automatically when I download that, right? So yeah. Yes. All right. Moving forward, we have the second tool for us today, which is voxtech.ai. I've come across this tool very recently. This is very interesting in terms of what functionalities it offers to us for presentation, creation also, and presenting something also. Before we move towards presenting something or creation of a presentation, let me show you something. This is a presentation that I created earlier. Somebody's mic is on. Can I please request you to mute? Thank you. So this is a presentation that I created earlier some days back on same idea, basis of technical communication and barriers. And we can see it's pretty well and it's very visually appealing. Now, what I will do is I'll go to present and I'm going to mute my mic. Let's listen to something.
Let's begin our exploration of technical communication basics. This presentation will cover both fundamental principles and common barriers we encounter when conveying technical information. Effective communication is the backbone of any successful technical project, whether you're documenting software, explaining engineering concepts, or training team members. The ability to clearly translate complex ideas into understandable information is what separates good technical professionals from great ones. Throughout this session, we'll examine real-world examples and practical strategies that you can immediately apply in your work.
So, forward, I hope the audio is audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Let's begin our exploration of technical communication. Technical communication serves as a bridge between technical experts and end users. It's not just about transferring information, it's about making that information actionable. For instance, when writing API documentation, we're not just listing endpoints, we're showing developers how to solve problems. The key characteristics we'll focus on, clarity, accuracy, audience focus, and usability, aren't just nice to haves, They're essential for preventing costly misunderstandings in fields like healthcare, engineering, and software development. Technical communication comes in many forms, each serving specific purposes. Written documents like white papers establish thought leadership, while presentations help disseminate information quickly to groups. User manuals, perhaps the most visible form, directly impact customer satisfaction. Consider how a well-written troubleshooting guide can reduce support calls by 30%. The digital formats we see today, from interactive portals to chatbot documentation, represent the evolution of our field to meet changing user expectations. The 5 principles we're discussing form the foundation of all effective technical communication. Clarity isn't just about simple words, it's about logical organization that guides the reader naturally through concepts. Accuracy goes beyond factual correctness to include appropriate context. A technically correct statement can still mislead if not properly framed. Conciseness respects the reader's time.
There are 8 such slides. We won't play through all of them. Because we have to go through the creation process also. But what we heard was just an AI voice, which is a sort of having a script which is presenting the visuals that we see. And at the bottom of this slide, if you will notice, we'll see that as we go ahead. Let me just share my entire screen again so that we can go ahead. It's an AI avatar which is presenting this entire presentation for us. So we are back to the creation menu. When we log in into Voxtech, this is what the home page looks like. Just give me a second. This is what we would notice when we log in into the platform. Again, I'm using the free version of the platform. It works on a credit system. Now, the interface is very simple to use. We don't have to do much here. It also works in a 2-step process. First, what we do is we select the theme as the first step. These are the themes that are currently available here. We can enter specific requirements if we want to in terms of the theme. But these are pretty good in terms of exploring the platform itself. I'll go with modern for now. We'll turn on the animation mode, which automatically adds animations and transitions to the platform. And this setting allows us to add our logo in case we want to the slide, where I can upload a logo and select the positioning of that also. And of course, once the logo has been uploaded, I can apply to all the slides or all the pages. And this part allows us to add any specific or to upload a specific text. So to respond to earlier query, I think somebody had a question. This one will not let us create questions out of it, but this one will let us create presentations. So we can upload small files, let's say research article maybe, if we want to convert that to a presentation by attachments. And if we come here, we can see that the limitations are also given in terms of the free version. The maximum file size will be 20 MB. Up to 5 files you can upload simultaneously. And it supports the following formats, right? From JPG, PNG to PDF, to Excel files, CSV, PPT files. So if I have my own presentation which I want to convert to this part or this method, we can do that. But we are going to go with the prompt method only, where we enter just the keywords or a topic in as little detail or as great detail as required, depending upon our requirement. And we'll see that how it converts that into a presentation. So let's say, for example, if my topic that I am looking for is something like the elements of, not elements, let's go with this one, types of communication skills. I'm just going with a very straightforward topic. What we do is we click on this send button right here. Now this will take some time, because what it does is it creates each step, each slide one by one. And what it will do is it will take the inputs which I have given, and we can see that it is thinking currently. It will understand that I've asked for animation here. It will also understand that this is my topic, and we can see that it is writing the thinking portion of it. Now it moves towards writing the code, and finally we would have a preview of what the slide would look like. So as I said, since the presentations are pretty heavy, in terms of what we generate or what it generates. And total, you get 8 slides in the free version. This is the first part, for example. And in this manner, it will go on to generate 8 different slides in the free version of the platform. And once that is done, once those 8 slides have been generated, then the next step is to add the voiceover to it. The voiceover can be added only once the presentation is ready. So, for example, we will just wait for it to finish generating. And in the meantime, we can very quickly take up some questions if we have any. It will continue to generate in the background. And if you have any questions on what we've discussed so far up until this point, we can very quickly take them up. And then we'll go to the next part. If you have any questions, please feel free to unmute, and we'll come back to the output once it's ready. Yeah. Any questions, anyone? You can post them in the chat box also if you want to, or else you can unmute.
Sir, how
Yeah.
is this different in terms of functionality from Gamma?
The one major advantage which I have found is in terms of the content. There are two, in fact, two different slightly better variations which I have found so far. One is that if you upload your files, right, Gamma also allows you to do that. No, that's not the differentiation. The point of differentiation is that this is able to do a slightly better job of summarizing those documents as opposite to Gamma. And secondly, the quality of the voiceover, I found it to be slightly more appropriate in terms of the context of what is there on the slide. So the voiceover which narrates or generates the content as a script is relates quite well with what is on the screen in terms of the talking points in the visual presentation. Those are the two major points of differentiation according to my comparison so far. I hope that helps.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Other questions about downloading and all, I'll show that once the slides have been generated. Let me see where we have reached. We are on the 6th slide right now. So we can just wait for it to finish generating, and then we can come back to it. Only one more slide to go. Then we can go ahead from there. And the good part is that we can see this is another differentiation point, which is it actually shows us the thinking process that it is doing, right? As to what steps it is following. With Gamma, we directly are able to see the output. Both are good in their own rights. Nothing, nothing like that. This is much better than Gamma. No, nothing like that. We can try out multiple tools, whether this or Gamma or Prezi or whichever one works best for us, and go from there. The reason I'm showing this,
Sir,
yeah,
like this was the very straightforward topic. Like interpersonal communication is something which is straightforward. I mean,
yeah,
is there any topic like where we would like to use any caselet, small caselets or
yeah.
real time data? So, are we going to get any such things from these tools?
I'm sorry. Can you elaborate on that question? I could not understand it. What are you trying to ask, sir? I'm
Sir,
sorry.
like like this was the straightforward topic. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and if we even if we want to talk about the humanoid functionalities and its implications,
Yes, yes.
so are we going to get any small caselets also on this with
Uh,
these
so,
tools?
so creation of caselets again would be a part of resource creations, which are under the separate category. So we have separate platforms for that. We're going to be coming to those as we go
Okay,
ahead.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, not with these. Today, we have just entered into the topic. So the way that I have planned the sessions is we start from the whole planning process, and then we move towards step by step, right from lesson planning, resource planning, creation of rubrics, followed by assessment creation, automation of assessments, creation of resources, etc. So we go ahead in that chronological order, and we will take up tools accordingly in the upcoming days. Right? So now what we can do is once the presentation is ready or once the slide decks have been generated, we can edit any of them in case we want to by clicking on editing option. Just like a napkin, each of these elements are editable, where we have AI editing also, which we can do in case I want to
It
enter
means
any.
here also you can ask for any PPTs on a certain topic, and after that, after getting that, you can edit by adding something your own. Is it?
Absolutely. Adding something of our own, or in case if you're not sure what to add, we can type our ideas here and it will transform them into the presentation. Right?
Okay, so I can use this in lectures in classrooms also, like if I want to present certain information.
Yeah. Of course, of course. That's the next part which I'm showing. So let me just finish
Okay,
this. I'm coming to that part. Right?
okay, thank
So I can insert new slides or new pages here, like we would do in PowerPoint by inserting new slide in between. We can merge or split the slides also. All of these elements are editable. And let me somebody's mic is on. Can I please request to mute? Right. So going ahead, now from here, we can also present the entire presentation. Once it is ready, I can click on present. I don't need to download it. I can simply enter the full screen mode. Of course, provided there is a continuous web connectivity here. And we can see that this is what it looks like. The slide transitions are an automatic part of the presentation where they will come up as we go ahead into the presentation itself, right? And it's pretty useful. I mean, it's pretty visually appealing in terms of when we present it. Again, there will be this watermark here which says made with voxtech.ai. Now coming to the downloading part, if I click on share here, I can share this entire presentation in the form of a web link which can be shared from here. Also, I can export this in the form of a PDF. Okay, my credits for this account are used up, so I am unable to download this further. And once this has been done, I can add on my avatars, which I should be coming here, but since I've used up my credits, I don't think I'll be able to do that. There's an option that comes here which says add avatars and talking mode, where it will then give us the script, which I can also edit further, and it will create this kind of a presentation for me. So let me just take you through the rest of it. So once the presentations have been generated, we can see that a PDF becomes available like this. So if I click on that PDF, download PDF option, this is what it gives to me. So for that presentation also, every day new free credits are added. We can wait for it to reset. And this is what the downloaded version of the same looks like. With the download part, we are not able to get the voiceover. The voiceover is strictly a part of the online version only. So these are the two platforms for today. We are exactly on time. We have about 5, 7, 10 minutes with us. So any other questions you want to do, we can have them now. So thank you so much for listening to me. We have just begun. We have a lot many tools coming in as we go ahead. Yeah, let me stop sharing my screen and we can have those questions now. Yeah, let's have some questions. Hitesh sir, you have raised your hand.
No, no, sir. I'm done with my question. It
Okay,
was
perfect,
earlier. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
perfect. Okay, Subhash K sir, you have also raised your hand. Yes, sir. You can go ahead and ask your question. Sir, you are not audible. In case you are asking a question, you can also type in your chat, type in the chat box. Yeah, the voice is